live in Madera, California, Saturday night for the Golden State Invitational Truck and Tractor Pull. Starting off with the single engine modified over here and our work stock diesel trucks. Again, we're live in Madera, California for the Golden State Invitational Truck and Tractor Pull. If you want to watch the full show, go to gsi22.com. Once I realized everybody was okay, Massetti, I was like, oh no, my camera. So that got up closer, and here's kind of. I'm running this on. You guys are getting big here.
That K-rail did its job.
It did. It did. Have you had a chance to work on the sled yet, or not really?
No, I just unhooked it today and started to look at it.
Yeah.
Got to get the old torch out and cut all that off, start over.
Get after it. Well, welcome everybody to a special edition of West Coast Pulling Live. We got Brian and Christy Massetti, the promoters of MLM Motorsports, and of course the Golden State Invitational. I gotta say it like the Ohio State University, Brian. The Golden State Invitational Truck and Tractor Pull that happened October 21st and 22nd in Madera, California. And Brian and I didn't get a chance, and Christy, to get together last week and kind of recap the event, but tonight that's really what we want to do. But before we do that, I got to show you what showed up in the mail yesterday, guys. My very own Agent Orange from the Tramps. I got my own T-shirt.
Nice.
I like gifts, California Pullers. Just text me my address and my shirt size, and I like this. So I told Mary I wear this during the show tonight, so I'm gonna put this on.
Nice.
They're super sweet people, as you know.
Yeah.
I met a lot of great people out there, and like I told you a million times, Brian, it's not the California that they show on TV. You know, up here in the Midwest, it's you guys are real people, just like us Midwesterners, if you will, and it was awesome. So
I think good people are drawn to pulling. That's why I don't know. We have the good people out here are involved in the sport. So
yep. So, but again, tonight's more of a. I want you to meet the promoters. We're not all worried about anxiety about an event coming up in a couple of days. We can kind of just take a deep breath and really thank people for coming. We want to hear what you liked about the event, maybe what you'd like to see next year. Yeah, just some feedback, and then Brian and Christy just really want a chance to talk to everybody and share their thoughts and everything with everybody as well. But it's been super positive. I'm kind of in a little bit of a hangover from it because it was so much fun. I got so amped up for it that now I'm like, well, now what? You know, I think you kind of feel the same way a little bit. So
yeah, I know the feeling, 100%. I'm ready to do it again.
But it was a great time. The hospitality was great. The way you fed all the pullers and he took care of us. And your dad drove me around. He was my Uber driver. I told him I'd give him 5 stars. And got to meet your entire family and all your friends and your pulling family. And you know, is it Kenny Shepard that owns the racetrack out there?
Yes.
He was a super nice guy, and everybody was nice. Everybody was nice, and just really, I have just excited to help you guys in the future and really expose West Coast pulling. There's a lot of great pulling out there. So
there really is, and we had we had the best equipment from out here on display last weekend, and that comes with the best people. And I got to say, Thursday afternoon, walking through the campground area, the fairgrounds, when there's, I don't know, by Thursday afternoon there had to be 25 or 30 RVs there, and I just knew it was going to be I knew it was going to be everything I had hoped for. I didn't realize how much it was going to exceed my expectations the whole weekend. Just a fantastic weekend. And if we're going to do thank yous, the first one, I want to personally start with Christy and all that she did for the months prior. 6 weeks before, not many people know, but I had back surgery. So I was in bed literally for 2 weeks. Christy was waiting on me hand and foot all the while doing everything for our pull.
Daughter had COVID.
Our daughter got sick. So Christy was really pulling 3 different shifts there.
Well, thank you, Christy. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I knew you had back surgery, I guess, but I didn't really I suppose you're kind of laid up for a bit. I've never had back surgery, Brian. So
yeah, no, I was in bed for 2 weeks. Right after our pull in Santa Rosa, the next 2 weeks I was down flat, and she was waiting on me. Just take excellent care of me. And all the while she
a little worrisome, but
she made it happen. So that I can 100% say it would not have happened, and it definitely would not have been as good as it was if not for Christy and all her
thanks
work.
To our family and friends, everybody stepped in and helped in so many different ways. So if it wasn't for all of them, it would not have happened.
No, we definitely are blessed with an awesome crew of family and friends that pitched in and helped out in so many ways.
Larry Lopes is watching from Oakdale. Justin Van Tassel had great things to say. Track was hot. The whole Massetti family killed it. Dylan Babel sent me a lot of awesome video. I opened some of that with the show. It was the best weekend ever. I haven't even dug into all my video yet from the GoPro and stuff. We just started getting time. So anybody who does video knows how much work it is. So
yes.
Weekend, the ring. You did those rings for the pullers, you guys. That was so cool. That was
awesome. Dylan got one. And you know, I as we could go through the classes, but there were several vehicles that they won both nights.
Yep.
So they made it easy to figure out who got the ring. I don't know if it was the ring that made them push that hard or they just had it figured out. But Dylan was definitely one of them that took a win both nights. Trevor, our son, he won both nights. Steve Melanejo and in his single engine tractor. That was the third and fourth time he ever drove, and I think he put 20 or 30 feet on the competition both nights, which that's just an awesome running tractor. Super Farms, they traded. Brian won the second night, and Sam won the first night, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they had Brian on
but it
West
just
Coast
was-
Pulling last Wednesday, Brian Stagnow, so that was neat. And then Garrett
Yes.
Hauser.
And Garrett was there too, and Garrett won both nights. So it just the Superstock 6000s, the Biseglia brothers. Kenny won the first night, and I think he went like 308 or something, and then Joseph drove the second night, and he went like 340 feet. So I think he was just trying to prove a point to his older brother that maybe he figured it out a little better. But the whole weekend, the competition was awesome. The feeling, the camaraderie, everybody, the camping there, or those that were staying in hotels that stayed late and got an Uber or a sober driver back to the hotel and then got a ride back in the morning. It was just, it was fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better weekend. And for the first time we ever did that event, the turnout was spectacular, I thought.
Yeah, I put this question up on the screen. I want to know if you came to the pool, where you came from, because I want to show people that are watching how far people traveled to pull and to spectate this event. It was awesome.
I think I shared with you, Jason, but on Sunday morning I got a message from Terry Morton from Idaho. He's got a two-wheeler up there. He drove down for the weekend just to watch the pull. I wish I had got to meet him, but I guess I was a little bit busy throughout the weekend.
Weird.
So,
Sam.
hey, Sam.
Susan.
Sam, the super farmer.
Yep.
Yeah.
He won Friday night's event.
Yes, he did.
Yep. So,
Yes, he did.
and even the turnout and the feedback that we've gotten from here in town, from people that have
Never gone.
never been to a pool. They've known my dad and my parents forever, and known that we do this, but never seen it, and they just thoroughly enjoyed it. The biggest compliment I think we've gotten is how smooth the actual pull went and how efficient it was, and that's thanks to all the competitors and our track crew who absolutely killed it. John Spielman took the reins on the track. He was out there Tuesday with Paul Morrill. We were blading the dirt, and then Thursday they came back and we were watering it and mixing it all day Thursday, all day Friday. They worked the track. Just a phenomenal job. Everybody that was running the equipment, we had 5 pieces of equipment on each track, which is definitely a recipe for disaster. Those guys made it look easy. Very efficient. It was just awesome.
It was. It absolutely was. Yeah, once they got things dialed in Friday night, it took them a couple passes to kind of figure out who was turning here and who was turning there. And is it Everett Powell that would have been waving them around, maybe? Or
I think Everett was kind of directing the operators. And that probably half the equipment out there was theirs. I think they brought 4 or 5 truckloads and the huge crane that was our flagpole.
that
You
was
could
cool.
see it
There's
from miles away.
I'm going to bring that picture up in a little bit. This is seriously, though, and I love truck and tractor pulling vehicles, but this is my favorite picture from the weekend. All you guys, Saturday night, this is,
Yeah.
I'll zoom in on this a little bit. That's what it's all about. That's Midwest pulling, what I'm used to. Like I said, it's not the California we see on TV back here in the Midwest, and it was fun to hang out with you guys, and you like to have a good time just like the rest of us, and but that picture is just awesome. I know that's not everybody, but that was a good group of the people. I think that's Saturday night. Isn't that Ledger up there, the Peterbilt driver? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Heath Sanders.
Heath Sanders. Okay, Heath Sanders, yeah.
Yeah, he and my brother hot lapped our Peterbilt for around the speedway a little bit, and I was starting to get a little upset because I didn't want to see that truck in the wall. And then when they stopped and I walked over and I see that guy sitting in the driver's seat just grinning, I said, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do here?"
Your dad, the first thing your dad said to me Sunday morning was, "Did you have anything to do with that last night, Schultz?" I said, "No, I went to bed early."
Yeah, no, it's all fun and games. It was a good time.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, that's on somebody's watching on one of the groups. I don't know their name. I can go look for it. Russell Steely says one of the coolest things was all the RVs and the fire pits going out in the RV area. I agree. That's what when you get a lot of campers at an event, Brian, that's what makes it. Hey, we're here for 3 or 4 nights. We're here for the long. People start taking work off. I mean, Bowling Green, Ohio. I know you compare the Golden State Invitational to the the Pull Town Championships. If it wasn't for the spectators and the campgrounds, Bowling Green wouldn't be what it is. And I think if people realize and come out and have a good time and still watch a great show, that makes it fun for everybody, Brian and Christy.
No, and that campground was awesome. It just was the layout of it, the fairgrounds letting us use it. Like you said, the people being there. Thursday afternoon, I couldn't believe the number of people that were already there, set up, hanging out. Just it just set the weekend off just right. And then having Wayne there.
He's a stud. Wayne Purser is a stud.
One of just a little side story. Dale Filkins, one of our 5,800-pound tractors, he called me yesterday just to talk about the event and thank me. And something a bolt backed out on his crank hub or something. I don't know. And he needed a certain size Allen socket, and he didn't have one. Nobody had one. And somebody says, "Well, I bet you Wayne has one." So, and Dale had never met Wayne before. They walked over and says, "Hey, have you got this Allen?" And he says, "Oh, yeah, I got one." So he says, 10 seconds later, he comes out of the trailer. "Here you go, no problem." And that just speaks to the pullers and the community we have. They'd never met, but Wayne just went ahead and gave him what he needed to put it back together so he could run that night.
What's so cool about doing it at the Speedway, guys, you have the room to do the trophy presentations and not slow the show down. I think trophy presentations are awesome. And the fact that they can pull the vehicles out in front, but most pulls that I attend in the Midwest aren't at a speedway like this where you have the room and nobody wants to slow the show down. I mean, I know you were antsy, like, get going, Jason. I can see it on your face. Don't interrupt anything.
we were on time schedule, man.
I know.
We were 10 minutes behind schedule.
But it was fun to interact with the crowd a little bit and, get them cheering. And that crowd, I'm telling you, they were into it. And even your dad said that. They were cheering and they were loud and they were interactive, and that makes it fun as an announcer. I mean, your dad was the main MC, but when I would interview the pullers and then jump on there a little bit every now and then, it makes it fun for everybody. So
it was, and huge thanks to Kenny and Tammy Shepard for letting us use the racetrack facility, and he pretty much gave us free reign. We had that whole infield torn up. It was not ready to race, but luckily by Tuesday afternoon, we had everything put back together and he was happy. And we've already talked about next year, and he's working on his schedule so we can get a date for next year. But huge thanks to them for letting us have the event and just kind of letting us run with it and do what we needed to do.
Yeah, and Matt broke his truck and he still had a good time. So that's all.
Yeah, both nights. Poor guy, he tore that thing up.
He did. He absolutely did. It was good to meet everybody. Now I know faces to names to vehicles now, and that makes it fun for me too, guys. So I enjoy that. These are just some pictures that I took kind of walking through the pits, and people have sent me and different things like that. I've been trying to do a daily post on MLM Motorsports. I think I'm keeping up with it so far, but that's my goal, to share all that event info out there as well. So again, if you're just joining us, Brian and Christy Massetti, the owner of MLM Motorsports and the promoters of the Golden State Invitational Truck and Tractor Pull a few weeks ago, October 21st through 22nd at the Madera Speedway. Just kind of do an event recap, talking about the event, and it's just fun to hear where you came from, what you thought of the event, all the different things like that, because we need your help making this even bigger next year. And when I say bigger, Brian and Christy will get the pullers there. We need the grandstands to be even more full next year. We want this to grow every single year. So.
Yeah, and we're I think we'll sometime early in the spring we'll start like you are with the Pullers Championship, where we'll figure out the classes and then we'll figure out the invitation lists, and
Well, I think it'd be kind of neat, Brian. I mean, I know we haven't officially talked about this yet, but you can say, hey, these are the classes we're going to have, and these are some of the qualifications you're going to need to do to be invited to this prestigious event. Because at the end of the day, it is an invitational, and that's what made it. That's what made it special and unique. You were proud to be part of it. So
yes, And it will always be an invitational.
Yep.
Mm.
There's Mr. Babel right there with his ring.
There's Dylan with his ring. And being able to present those rings up on the stage there was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, it was.
That was cool.
And they're just, we had a lot of shots like this. First time I've known of Alan Babel forever, with this unlimited super stock. I watched him pull at Louisville many, many times, but to meet him in person, and there's Mr. Sam Erb. Sam was like a chameleon. He'd have a green shirt on, then an orange shirt on, then an Uncle Sam guy. He was like Brad Sajak on The Price is Right or something, a Wheel of Fortune or whatever that show is in the city. So
I think he helps work on at least half of those tractors out there, and in one way or another, he's helping everybody. And I was going to say, between Sam and Alan, there's a wealth of pulling knowledge right there, which is probably why Dylan runs so well in his tractor.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. And Dylan does have a beautiful mullet as well. So
I told you that.
Yep. So Sam is the OG. Justin Van Tassel said that's awesome. And then Spielman's a hoot, you guys. If you don't know John Spielman, you're missing out, because that's just good fun just being around him. Dylan said he's wearing the ring to prom.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah,
probably wearing his fire suit too.
We're proud to be there for sure. Can't wait till next year. Stanley Milam says, "What a great weekend!" Yeah, I love it. I mean, it was fun. It was fun to be part of it. You know it, John. This is the camaraderie, the back and forth, Brian and Christy. It's awesome. And again, if you're just joining us, let us know. Love to know. Yeah, let us know if you went or if you missed it or whatever, or if you plan on coming next year. Just give us some good feedback. Any feedback at all. We just like to hear. I'm just flipping through some photos here. You keep talking, guys. Sorry. I mean, if you see something on the screen, let me know. So, but there is Uncle Sam. He fired up all 5 motors Saturday night, pulled with 4. But
you know what? That was kind of a last minute deal. We thought of starting it on the track, because most of the spectators don't realize what it takes. You don't just turn a key to start these things, right? No. So that was kind of cool. The deal was we didn't want him running too long, because he's going to run out of fuel. So that's what happens when you pull all the way to the asphalt. It takes a little extra fuel. But so we said, well, hell, let's just pull him out on the track and just start it right here. And then that way the crowd can see what actually goes into getting these things running. And he did fire the 5th one up, backed it up to the sled and shut it off. He only ran with 4, which is probably a good thing. But I thought that was kind of cool. Matt's one of our friends from Indiana.
I was just gonna say, Matt's from Indiana. No wonder he can't make it out, Fulmer.
Yeah, and Robert and Sam were out here from Indiana, and boy, they helped all weekend long.
Yeah, they did. They were
every
awesome.
time we turned around, they were kicking in and helping, and just super good people. And that's another amazing thing about pulling. I mean, we met them through like a damn Facebook ad. That's where we got Trevor's truck.
You
and I met online, Brian. So I mean,
I was hoping we wouldn't bring that up again, but we did meet online.
That was so funny. I got you good that night when you did that. You didn't know what to say for a second.
No, I didn't. I still don't know what to say about that. But it's true, though. So,
yeah, it is true. I'm trying to find. I have video when he started that 5th motor. I want to play that. Yeah, I got it right.
While you're looking for that, I also want to thank my mom and dad for everything. Dad announces all of our shows, which is he's great at it, but it means more to me just to have him announcing than I've announced before. People can announce, but having my dad out there doing it is pretty awesome. And both they and my godparents were working with the Campos family all weekend to cook the meals, both dinners and breakfast for the pullers, which was pretty cool for everybody to be able to hang out over there and eat. So definitely want to thank them. And Don and Kathy, my in-laws, they were everywhere we turned. We needed something, they were there too. So, but now we can listen to this beautiful music.
That was awesome. All 5 of those starting up like that. So I'll let the video keep running a little bit. So
I wonder if Kent had any say when they moved that top engine forward and having to lean over that other header. I'm sure it was easier to start when it was further back.
I know I was kind of like, oh man.
Yeah.
Yes, Souza, you make more time.
I think Craig ended up, he got second place on Saturday night.
I think so. Yep.
Yep. And, anybody that's watching that got second place on Saturday night, I have all the trophies at the shop. It just, by the time the pull ended, I didn't get any of them out. So I have them all. So sometime this winter, I think most of the guys are probably up in the Hillmar area anyways. So Craig's not that far from us. Maybe I can make a run one day and go see everybody. But
yep,
I do have all those. I don't want them.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. No, it was like I said. I'm still. It was such a great event. I don't know how much fuel that Wayne burns in the past. I know I've asked him, but I think I forgot. So if you're not first, you're last. How much fuel they burn in the past? But yeah, great.
I want to say it was 35 or 40 gallons.
Yeah, I feel like it's something like that.
It's a lot.
Preston had a better video. He was up on this. He was up on the track coming at him, but I went down and got the angle. So I'm going to put those two together sometime when I get a chance. So,
yeah. That was just incredible.
Pete from Central Iowa, great poll. Hey, Raska, how are you, buddy? Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. Thanks for watching.
37 gallons, Dylan said, and he hangs out with them. So, yep, everybody's confirming you're 35 to 40. So,
yeah.
Somebody needs to calculate how many gallons per foot that thing uses. Because that was 384 feet there, right? Isn't it?
It was almost 10, right?
Yeah. So, Christy, what I liked is you were putting live results up on the GSI Facebook page, as the classes were finishing. That was neat, too. So if anybody wants to go back and see the results, go to GSI 22 on Facebook, and you can get all that out there as well. So
she does that at all of our events, Jason.
That's awesome.
They go up to the MLM page, but she's been doing that for a few years, just to makes it nice, because then it keeps people out of the announcer's booth asking whatever.
Yep.
And within 5-10 minutes after the class is over, she's got it up there and done.
We try anyways.
Again, it was just so cool. I mean, I know there's a lot of pictures of Uncle Sam, but I was just like, I can't believe Purser's in California. So, I mean, I was just as starstruck as you guys were. So,
I couldn't believe Jason Schultz was in California.
Hey, when you buy me a plane ticket, Massetti, I'll do about anything.
Yeah.
Thanks again for having me out. It was a blast. So,
this whole
nice plaques that you guys did for all the pullers for first and second. So,
yeah, those turned out nice.
Those are cool.
Those are neat.
Yeah, it's his third time pulling that.
And then Stagnell was asking me about T-shirts, Brian, and I told him to get a hold of you. That your T-shirt guy did a great job. If you guys are looking,
they did. They really did. Yeah.
Is that an inside? Should I not have said anything or what? I thought
No, yeah, we were happy with them. In fact, Brian and I were messaging the other night about them.
Okay. He reached out to me, and I'm like, no, the shirts I saw that you had made from that place out of L.A., and I know you didn't give him a ton of time, you had mentioned. So
No. They
they're fast.
I love the look on your face here, Massetti. You're like, what are you gonna say next, Jason?
Yeah. You never know with you.
That's usually what people. That's a look. I'm used to seeing that look, Massetti. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. We speaking of the T-shirts, we do have some left. If anybody's interested, they could hit us up.
We'll put them online, I think, shortly.
Yeah.
We'll get through Hawaii and then do that.
Yeah. As I think back, the whole weekend was a highlight reel. Like everything was awesome. But my niece Addison, our niece Addison, Kevin's daughter, singing the national anthem both nights was just fantastic. I mean, if that didn't move your heart, I don't think you're American on that deal. But
Christy, in a couple weeks, you're going to put the merch on the MLM website or the GSI website. This is Wyatt from Iowa.
GSI.
Probably the GSI.
Yeah, GSI 20. Thank you for keeping the website short. It was so easy to tell people where to go for the live stream and stuff. GSI22.com. That's pretty pretty legit. So
I guess we're gonna have to change that to GSI 23 pretty soon, huh?
pretty soon. Let her get through the holidays, Massetti, before you start marrying her and stuff. So,
We got to keep the momentum going.
yeah.
It's awesome. That's
This
beautiful.
is your American flag there from American Crane Rental. That was just awesome, you guys. There's so many pictures that people sent. I've seen them on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube everywhere. So
People were texting us throughout the weekend that you could see that from a mile away, the flag.
Yep.
Yeah.
American.
I think Justin's right.
23 has a nice ring. Tassel. I'm kind of impressed right now. That was some quick thinking.
Yeah.
The emoji and stuff. Even he beat the belt to it. Alcohol burned well through the engines and our throats. Yeah, there was some drinking late at night. Yep, not gonna lie. So, good times were had by all. So
Yeah.
there's Mr. Super Farm ring winner Brian Stagnow and his beautiful wife. So
Yep. Michelle. So Brian, we talked about it that weekend, but he also won a ring several years ago when we did it at another event. So he got a little collection going.
Nice.
yeah, he's like Tom Brady. Goes like this.
He's getting there.
Yeah,
He's getting there.
yeah. I like this. Is one of my favorite
That's
pictures too.
Yeah.
A couple young spring chickens with their rings. So,
Yeah. Alan and I have talked about that picture. Obviously, we're both proud of it for a number of reasons. I don't know who took it, but they chopped the kids' heads off. But there you go.
I think
Okay.
I did.
no, that's me on the screen, Brian. So,
Okay. But I mean, obviously, Alan and I are proud of both of these young men, and we both love them dearly. But the fact that these young guys are in this sport, and then James, our Trevor's younger brother, our younger son, been driving Yellow Fever all year. And then Bradley Chippenary, he drove John's second hot farm track, John Spielman's second tractor. But just having these young guys involved and their love of the sport, we know that it's going to be in good hands. The things are going to continue out here.
I agree.
Pretty awesome that Brandon and his family came down from Nevada. Yeah, that's.
He's pulling up a map.
It's probably a 5-hour.
Yeah, 4 hours and 19 minutes is what old Google Maps says. So.
Yeah. Yeah, by the time you stop.
There's not a straight shot, Massetti. It appears you have to take a loop.
Yeah, you do.
Those mountains must get in the way. So.
Yes. Yeah, you got to go where the roads are.
Thank you.
Unless you're John Spielman, then you just fly over in a straight line. But
well, I mean, Spielman can do that,
Yeah, not all of us are John Spielmans.
Right. There's Dylan sitting in Uncle Sam. I like this picture too. One of the guys sent this to me. Cool.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome having the drivers line up on the sideline there for the national anthem.
Very cool.
I think we had 15 pro modifieds both nights, which was a good heavy class.
This is a drone shot that I yanked off of the Facebook page of the Madera Speedway.
I think Kenny took that.
Yep, that's a cool shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there he is.
So Heath.
Your brother's face in that picture.
See Kevin's face. I don't know if he's letting out a yeehaw or if he's singing or what. But
or Brian's gonna kill me and I don't care.
No, that thought never crossed his mind. But the funniest thing was about 10 minutes later when we got it out to the pits to hook up to our trailer, and Heath comes over. He says, "Oh, sir, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't cause any problem with that." And I said, "No, that's okay. I said I looked up and I see my truck running around the racetrack." And he says, "Well, hold on, that's your truck?" And I said, "Yeah, that's my truck." And he points to Kevin and he goes, "He convinced me it was his truck." And I said, "Well, no, it's mine." So. Anyways,
he saw the Massetti name. I can see Kevin go, "Oh yeah, that's mine. That's mine. We can drive it."
That's mine.
Yeah, no, it's cool. You can drive it. Yeah.
That seriously that's just money. That is 4:00 in the morning. We're just having fun.
Yeah. Well, our problem was Christy's sister Karen and their best friend Felicia had been doing like the hospitality or PR for the bands for us all weekend, and it was after, it was probably 12:30, and they were ready to go home. So we says, "Oh, we'll have Kevin do the PR with the band guys, and he'll take care of them." So Kevin went into that little tent, and there was beers and there was Jack Daniels back there for these guys. So I didn't see Kevin for probably an hour and a half because I went out and Trevor and all the Cal Poly kids were loading all of our pullers. And then they came in and helped me hook the sled up. And then that's when the truck took off. Well, that's when Kevin and Noel Heath had enough of the VIP booth tent back there. And they came out and decided to become race truck drivers. Yep. So I guess it's kind of my fault because I had asked Kevin to go make sure everybody was okay back there.
Probably not the best choice of hospitality.
We've got a good story to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
And nobody died. That's the key.
Nobody died. No trucks got scratched, so we're okay.
Yeah. Another great shot of the American flag there. Awesome.
That's so. Furminator was
people that cooked for us, right?
Yes, Furman and his family, awesome people. When
I went over to supper one of those days, you guys messed with my diet. I gained like 6 pounds that weekend. I had to hustle hard to get back on track. I just want you to know that. So I went on my Facebook page and I owned it. Then Sunday I said to your dad, I said, dude, I need some legit, authentic Mexican food. And we were the only white people in that place. And it was awesome. It was awesome.
We can definitely find that around here.
Yeah. It was good stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Thanks for the awesome field trip. Kids loved it. Even inspired a student to build their own sled and tractor out of Legos, complete with the weight transfer. Okay, Jamie, I need a picture of that.
She sent me that picture yesterday, I think, or over the weekend. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for sending it to your social media guy there, Massetti. I thought we had a deal.
I'm not real good at this, Jason.
Well, all you have to do is send it to me, buddy. It's not hard. Not hard.
All right, give me a minute.
I'll let some video play. Just get some walk-arounds before the poll each night. So
nice.
That field trip, though, was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to go find some video of that because I put all that up.
And I know the kids did love it. Hopefully, we can continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's they're calculating horsepower, and this is Mark Zons and Nick Garrell talking about the difference in the tractors and torque and horsepower and what the differences are and what they do.
Yeah, I did separate live videos to all of them. I kind of walked around. It was super cool. The Cal Poly kids did a great job as well with the young kids. Yeah. It was neat. Then there was a pedal tractor pull set up, and it was awesome. Yes. You guys nailed it.
The Cal Poly kids, there might have been 20 of them or so. I don't know, but I know Trevor's roommates, Owen and Andrew. Mm-hmm. They were checking hitches for us during the events. We check them at the scale, but it's amazing how a hitch can change height between this getting weighed and when it's time to go on the track. So they were checking everybody in the same spot, and they found several that somehow got too high. And it's the first time they've ever been to a pull, but these kids are smart enough to know that this is what it's supposed to be. So it was pretty cool to have them. And the help that Cal Poly program always gives us is just greatly appreciated.
And kids have a good time.
And they have a good time. And then also Modesto Junior College, just north of us, has a country modified truck that they're starting to bring back. And I think we had, 6 or 8 students and their advisor, Todd Conrado, were there both nights. And some were running equipment, some were flagging. We just really appreciate all these kids, these young adults helping us. It takes a huge team.
They were awesome. They were awesome.
A couple of other people that we want to thank if we can.
This is your show, buddy. I'm just here.
Right.
I'm just the gracious host.
Kevin and Amanda. I mean, Kev, there was the sled right there.
Yeah.
That was the Lego build inspired by our field trip.
Yeah.
No, that was super cool.
We
At your house? No, that was with some of my real estate agents today.
That one's not ours.
It doesn't look familiar.
Yeah, that's in Baroka, Wisconsin, guys. So.
Yeah, several years ago, our boys and I built a Lego sled. I don't know. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere, but anyway, it's pretty awesome to do that and keep the fire going.
Yep.
But I do want to thank Kevin, my brother. We joke, and he does have a good time. And he creates good stories, but he was a huge help. Starting moving stuff in through the weekend, he was everywhere we needed him to be. Then for the next 3 days afterwards, getting equipment out of there and putting the track back in order, he was always there. So we really appreciate Kevin, and of course Amanda. His lovely bride was up in the announcer's booth helping shuttle papers to Dad and keeping everything organized. You know, that as fast as we were running both tracks, there's a lot going on in that announcer's booth, trying to keep the paperwork straight and get distances. For some reason, both sleds weren't communicating with their remote readouts, so we were having to do that by the radios. So it just
takes a team.
A huge team up there in the booth. So with Christy, my mom, Amanda up there, and of course Dad in the middle, but
Addie,
and Addie and Emmy were up there. Karen and Craig, Christy's sister and our brother-in-law, they were all weekend there, and Steve and Felicia Patterson also were
huge helps. Anything
Christy needed, they would do. Treylani Bullis also, she was a Cal Poly grad, and then just became a good friend, and so anytime
she did a lot that day.
Needed anything, she was there both days.
Garrett coming.
Garrett and Kara Forbes and their little baby. She's cute. I can't remember her name.
Amelia.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah.
But they were a big help also. And some of those people that are just your solid people walk in the door and they just do. And that's needed in an event like that.
For sure.
To make it run smooth, you need lots of people. And they just know what to do and get it done.
For sure. And of course, the Campbell family.
Yeah, the teamwork you guys had was awesome.
Yeah. The Campbells, Bill and Tricia, and their 3 sons. Tricia was doing the registration, the pit gate registration. Bill's on the track. He's everywhere. Every time we turn around, we need something. Bill's there to take care of it. I personally need to thank Alan Isaacson for coming down and running the sled for me for both nights. He did a fantastic job. I have notes for every event that we've ever been to, and he's run the sled enough to know that. I said, well, just look at last year's notes and make your, you decide from there. So he said it. He made all the calls. He does a fantastic job. And I mentioned John Spielman, but John and Alan Babel were kind of our go-to guys with the track for making the decisions of when to water, how much to water, when to rip it, do whatever. They did a phenomenal job. And John was out there, like I said, Tuesday, and then Sunday morning, by the time I got out there, he'd already moved half the K-rail back, put the dirt back. There's no way we would have had that track without all the work that John put into it. So
I saw the teamwork and the people that rallied to help you guys out. It was awesome, Brian.
Yeah. And earlier, I think Brian Stagno mentioned those skid steer rakes, and those are, you see them at all the bigger events. And so Everett Powell and I had talked about them, and I told him if he could find 2 good operators for a skid steer, then we would do that. And I'm so glad we did. They make it so nice. And then the scraper runs over it and the roller, and boom, you're ready to send somebody else down the track. So.
Thanks to
American Crane Rental for lining up the operators, the equipment, that beautiful flagpole, their sponsorship of the event.
That's probably the most expensive flagpole ever at a tractor pull, Massetti.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said it was the most expensive flagpole ever, and John Spielman says, we put a flagpole on the moon, right? I said, well, okay, on Earth then. It's bad. I mean, when Kenny Shepard saw him setting it up Thursday, he says, what are you doing with that crane? And I said, oh, that's our flagpole. And he says, oh, no, that's cool. And then Everett and JD, I picked him up at the airport at like 6:15 Friday morning here in Madera. And then we went over, they fired up the crane, lifted the flag. I took them back to the airport at 7. They flew back to Stockton to the airport, and they were back at the office in Manteca by 8 o'clock.
That's awesome.
It's pretty awesome. Just that they would even do that. I mean, because Everett wanted the flag up for the field trip. They could have come down in the afternoon and done it, but he wanted it up for us for the field trip. So
that's why he's a good dude.
Yeah. So
nothing wrong with that at all.
And then as far as another key sponsor was Reeve Trucking.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 2 trucks out here, but Donnie and Lori and Spike and Stacy been involved in pulling for a long time, and they jumped on board as a sponsor early, and we appreciate that. And we had a tremendous amount of sponsorship, and
I saw Reeves Trucking on a lot of stuff. It's on the crew shirts too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kind of
They help
showing
a lot.
off my new Agent Orange shirt. I look good. Massetti. Good.
There you go. Nice.
Didn't you get a blue and flame shirt too?
Yeah. I'll put that on next show. Don't worry. But
Oh, all right. Well, I thought it was going to be hanging on your shopping at Schultz sign, but whatever.
you know what, Sarah?
Hey, she's in bed, man. Let her be.
Leave her alone.
She loves me. She loves me.
Yeah. But I didn't normally at our events, I get to talk to most everybody that's there. And I felt like I couldn't this weekend. I didn't get to say hi to everybody, but I just personally want to thank every competitor, the crews, everybody that came and helped and pitched in. And, I know I get a little high stressed and high strung during the event, but what matters is we start on time and we keep going until we're finished. And that's all I see at that point. And I appreciate everyone putting up with me and and going along with that, because it was fast. I mean, Dana Purser had told me on Friday night when we were at the starting line, and I thanked her for being there, and I told her, I think it's pretty awesome. And she says, there's no way in a million years I'd believe we'd be pulling right now when this show started. And She says, this is the fastest event I've ever been to. I said, well, good. That's what we want. So
it was zooming.
Yeah. And the Saturday night, what's that?
That's what you wanted, though. So.
Yeah, yes. No, we did. And
you were pretty honest at the driver's meeting.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. I don't, and we do that for our spectators too. Out here, we don't have the fan base and the spectators that you're used to, where a 4-hour pull is A-okay, and they're going to stay till the end. Out here, people have everywhere they have a lot going on, and it got cold, so we didn't want them sitting out there for too long, and we want them to come back next year. So that's just how we kind of have to run things out here. But I think it worked perfectly. I couldn't have asked for a better event.
I agree 1,000,000% with you. I'm just looking through photos. Sorry, trying to get some more stuff cleaned up. So, it was a blast. It was well run. It was fast. The music, everything. It was great, you guys. It was great. And I think you're building a good foundation for something amazing in the future. So.
No, I agree. And the live stream deal was, I'm not gonna say it was last minute because we worked on it for a while, but we
3
didn't.
days.
But we started.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was very last minute that we got it out. But and yes, there was a little hiccup there on Saturday night, but I think Ryan emailed everybody that had bought the live stream, and we appreciate everyone's understanding on that. But that's something we're going to continue to grow, and we'll get better at that. We learned a lot this year. We're pretty confident in our ability to put on a truck and tractor pull, but when you take on the whole pie, or however you want to say it, with everything, the front gate, the advertising, entertainment afterwards, it's a whole nother ball game. So we did learn a lot, and figure there's some ways we can improve, and we'll hit it again next year.
How many events do you guys run? And not counting the GSI. How many events a year do you guys have normally?
I think we did 10 this year,
Okay.
which is planning. We don't want to do too much more.
Right.
And then the sled, I think, went to 30 shows,
It did.
including our 10, which is plenty there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do you take it to all 30 events, Brian, or did that other guy run it then some too?
He and John will run it for me, but I went with it to each one.
Okay.
They both ran a couple events earlier in the year just to kind of brush up on it, knowing that after our Santa Rosa pull, I wasn't going to get back in it this year. But I still went with it. But I do enjoy it. I mean, I love running the sled at other people's events because that's all I have to worry about, and that's all I have to think about.
Right.
You know, if I go to someone else's show and a tractor rubs a K-rail, well, I mean, you know, we'll deal with it. But hey, 10 minutes is 10 minutes at that point. Not going to make my stress go up. So,
Yeah, that grandstand track was jumping with stuff getting close.
I tell you, they got both sides of it. You know.
Yep.
You don't expect that kind of stuff, but that's why you put K-rail up.
Exactly.
Right.
And it happens. I mean, that much horsepower all at once. I mean, things are bound to happen. So, and they're twisting it. People want to win your event, Brian. It's not like, you know, hey, I'm just showing up for fun. I want to win the invitational. So.
Sure. I get that.
Yep. It's all good. Susan Erb's taunting Dylan there a little bit. I like that. Trevor Beecher says, hey, Brian Massetti.
Hello, Trevor. You know, another thank you I want to get to before we wrap up is you, Jason. You know, all joking aside, yes, we did meet online.
And you did pay me. Let's be real. So,
dang, you gotta throw that in. Yeah, I did.
I love it. It's so funny.
But what you did to help our event, and even the exposure that you're bringing to our pulling out here, is important for everybody out here in the pulling world. And I'm so glad we ended up teaming up. I don't know how to say it, so you don't twist it on me. I was going to say hooking up, but I knew where that was going to go. So anyways, I really appreciate everything that you have done and you're going to continue to do for us and with us. And
you're great people. You're great people, and I'm excited to help. Super excited to help.
I see great things
in the
future for all of us.
I do too. I'm excited to be part of it. I mean, I just the people. I mean, every interview we ever do, doesn't matter what platform we're on, we always say, "What do you love most about pulling?" And it's the people. And the California people and the West Coast people are just like us, and that was very reassuring. Because I'm telling you, if you lived in the Midwest your whole life, like this guy, Iowa and Wisconsin, we live sheltered lives, and all we see is the news is L.A. You know, like, oh, you're going to California, blah, blah, blah. It was. If you wouldn't have told me, and I said this a million times to you, Miss Eddie, if you wouldn't have told me, if it wasn't for the palm trees and the 80-some degree weather in October, I wouldn't have thought I was in California. It was, and that's a compliment to everybody. So I think the Midwest is a great. There you are, Mary. I got your shirt on, girlfriend. I got your shirt on, so she's just commenting. Yeah.
And you know, where we are here in the Central Valley is a lot like, I mean, similar to where you're. It's all agricultural. It's all good people. Well, I don't know if it's all good people. There's probably 5% suck, but we're not like the Bay Area or LA where 95% suck.
William, if my tractor's running next year in October, it will be in California. I've already talked to a few people, so it just
Fantastic.
I got to get to go through a whole season. Maybe we should turn the timing down a little bit. But no, definitely that is. I've already talked to a couple other 401 pullers that if they're running, we'll have 3 or 4 of them out there. So
Nice.
Sweet.
Good.
Yeah, another class that well, we might need an unlimited super stock. I hear there's a green one that may be coming back to California.
it's going to make it stop at Brent Long's shop and then it's heading back out, is what I've been told.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
place
think
to-
Alan tried to get it done and out here, but it just didn't happen.
this
but,
year, we all know the last couple of years for parts has been really tough. So,
Yes. Another class that I do have our eye on to try to expand would be the blown 2-wheel drives. The closest ones are probably in like the Mortons in Idaho and then Texas. So we're going to have some work to do to get them out here. But if we unfortunately fall on the same weekend as Lufkin again next year, that's going to be tough to get any of those boys to come out. But we'll that would be a goal, would be to get some blown 2-wheelers out here.
And you said the date will kind of be set based upon Kenny's track schedule, right, Bri?
Yes. And his schedule is based on like other national series schedules, because a lot of their crew chiefs for some of these teams work on NASCAR teams. So, they're kind of putting their puzzle together now, and then we'll see what where we can go.
Yep.
I want to keep it in October. I want it to be the last event of the year for us. I think it's a great way to end the season. I don't want to do it when it's hotter than hell out here. So October is what we're looking at. We just got to make sure it works with Kenny's dates.
Yep. No, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So.
But
Christy, what would you? I mean, we know that you run the show behind the scenes and make it all happen. But what was your biggest takeaway or best memories of the event, Christy?
I think all the people, and I also take away, unfortunately, I didn't get to see a lot, but our local community really came out to support us also, friends and family locally. And a lot of them had never been. They know what we do, but they've never been to one. So it's kind of neat to bring it to our hometown. And we've had, even a good friend of ours right away text and said it was, Jeannie said that it was all that you said plus more. So just fun to get to hear from people that have never been to a poll or have been to other motorsport events, but not a truck poll, and really enjoyed it. So that was kind of nice for us to feel and hear the feedback locally too, for people that don't know much about polling. So that was fun too.
And that first year too, Christy and Brian, there's always kind of whatever, and then when it happens and it goes off with big success like this, that's going to help the naysayers as well. You know what I mean? So
well, and even the people that said, well, we'll go Friday and see what it's like, and then they came back Saturday, like couldn't wait till the next night. So
it was nice to see the bigger, a much bigger crowd. I mean, had a nice crowd Friday night. Brian and I talked about it immediately, and then to see almost double the crowd Saturday night, that's always the goal, to double that crowd from Friday to Saturday. But for a first year event, and you haven't had polling in Madera for a long time, right, guys? Like 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah. And it was minimal.
And even then, we were only running like 5.
It was during the race, so we were just kind of an exhibition run, middle of the race, so nothing large.
Didn't realize this year how much I truly missed polling until I got there. Work's been crazy. Great show. Yeah, Preston, they did a nice job. So
we were glad to have the Conde family there. And
I think Preston, he got second both nights, and he hasn't run in 2 years, I think. But I know several people reached out to Preston seeing that he got invited, but he also called me. We talk maybe once a month or so, but he called me like 2 years ago and says, "Hey, he'd have to correct me here, but I think they just acquired like another 400 acres, and they're developing it for farming, and it's Preston and his dad and his brother that are doing all the work." So, they're busy. They didn't have time to go play. So,
But he's always been very supportive of everything
yes,
we've done in the past.
anything.
Too, so he is part of us.
So, anyways, in that class we had room for him. So,
Yep.
We definitely appreciate him getting out there and being there. I know I saw his dad was there all weekend, and I saw his brother. It was 600 acres. Okay, so even worse than I thought. That's 200 acres each. They can handle it. But
What's the big deal, Preston? Come on, it's only the size of a football field.
So, anyways, not that we have to defend any decision we made, but I can if we need to.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. But
Good in the hood.
I just can't say thank you enough to everybody, competitors, the spectators, our whole crew. It was just fantastic, the whole thing.
That we went out to eat Friday night or Thursday night at Spices or that place next door. What's that called?
Spices. Where'd you stop on the way home? It's a smoke.
Your dad was driving. That's all I'm going to say. We were talking so much. Him and I were talking so much. I told you the story. We missed the turn to the airport on the first. He's all of a sudden, he goes, I think we missed the turn. I'm like, I don't know, Jim. I'm just looking at the mountains. So we went down a loop, but we were just a couple announcers worked together. So.
I think Dad really enjoyed his time with you and meeting you and picking you up, showing you around.
I got to see the Massetti shop. So I got to see the garden tractors on the wall. I got a bunch of pictures to post yet. That was pretty neat.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah, we call that heaven.
You have an awesome shop.
Did you see that? You saw the track over there?
Oh yeah, I saw it all. Yep.
Yeah.
I saw it all. Man, you guys are dry. I had no idea you're that dry. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little sprinkle this afternoon, but we're a long ways from being anywhere.
Yeah.
Want to bring James in for a second? Say hi to
Mr. James
everybody.
Massetti. I raced him in his Tesla. He beat me in the golf cart, so I just want to. But that was outside of the compound, Brian. That was outside of the compound.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. But he's saying it was his brother driving his car.
That's right. You too. I can never tell you guys apart. So that's right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You did get smoked though. Just
You did. Yeah. I thought Rocha's or Rocha's Eric's golf cart was fast until he raced your Tesla. I was like, whoa, that thing is fast.
So off the topic of the GSI, but James is our points champion in Yellow Fever in the Pro Modified class this year. So congratulations, James.
Hey, Rookie of the Year too. Now, do you guys have a banquet, Brian, or how do you guys wrap up your season?
Our banquet was a couple weeks ago at the GSI 22. No, we typically have with everything we had going on and doing this event, we did not plan one for this year. Usually we do it in November, the weekend before Thanksgiving, but we're going to be gone for the next week. So this year we're going to skip the banquet. Maybe next year.
I don't think anybody will argue with that at all.
Yeah. Too much going on. Yeah, we kind of had our banquet there at the Invitational, because we do our banquet in that facility where we ate, that Lumbertown building. That's where we've done it.
Nice.
So,
James, what was your biggest takeaway? Like, not necessarily driving the truck, but just like as a puller, or maybe like, what did you hear from spectators and people?
A lot of my friends went to the show, and I think they really enjoyed it, which is cool for me because, I've been around it my whole life, but people that have never experienced it, that's a good way to get into it, I guess. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, your hometown pull. That's the fun. Everybody sees the truck and the trailer. What's that thing do? Well, come on out. Let's check it out.
Yep.
Let's check it out.
Cool.
Let's see. I don't know, Brian. You got much else?
I don't. I just I'm excited about next year already. We had a fantastic weekend, and I'm just grateful to everybody that pitched in and made it happen.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think your first year could have gone any better, Brian. So
yeah, I mean, it just it went off great, but there was a lot of hard work by a lot of people.
Yeah. No, you're whooped. You're whooped for a good week or so afterwards, but you kind of get your chance to catch your breath a little bit. And but the amount of volunteers you had, Brian, that's always a good sign of the people that are out there and what it takes to make it happen. You've never promoted an event before, do it once and you'll understand how much work it is. It's way more than and you always forget something and it just drives you batty. Oh crap! I can't believe we forgot that. So, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know what we forgot, but I'm sure there was something. But
I always forget something. So how about that?
Yesterday was a big relief for me. I put all the checks in the post office, so those will be showing up in the next few days. I hate having that hanging over my head, but there's a lot to go through, compiling 2 nights and making sure that everybody got paid the right amount. So we, Trevor wants to do some research next year.
We've already talked about this, Trevor. We're going to surprise you, but now you know the truth. You're flying to the St. Louis.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I booked
something going on. Don't you have something going on?
I think we're putting on the Chowchilla Pull Friday night, and then I got to take the sled up to Reading on Saturday. So.
Oh, Trevor, we were just teasing. Sorry, buddy.
Break the kid's heart.
Yeah. He's at Cal Poly. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oop, never mind. Dylan wants to go to Bowling Green. No, it's all fun. Spielman, thank you, Brian and family, for all you do for us in the sport. No, what you do for the sport, all the promoters out in California, MLM Motorsports, obviously, you guys, it's not huge out there, and kudos to you guys for hanging with it and sticking with it. And, it's starting to get some, I talked to a lot of people that said it was gigantic in the 90s, and now, it kind of went through a slump, and now, it's coming back strong. So it's all good.
It did. It died off a little bit, but I don't know. I think it's re-energized.
Yep.
We've got good equipment out here on both sides. We've got good sleds, good pullers. Trevor has letting go. Yeah, he could.
Oh, Kevin's awake.
Man. I guess they missed the part about we're putting on a full Friday and then going to that. That's okay.
Yeah, I'll go too.
I wouldn't crap on the guy. I wouldn't crap on the guy that lets you drive. I mean, you can say it's your truck, but we all do the math.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to have a class of super stock diesel tractors. I didn't know that. That's cool. Oh yeah, Sam Erb. Yep, he had
I think Sam has it. Yeah.
Yep, here we go. Sorry,
hey, maybe they could deliver your new toter to you that weekend.
We haven't had that conversation yet.
His face.
Did Sarah go to bed?
No, she knows I want to buy a toter. So. I listed my W9 this week. We've had a couple calls on it already, so I need to follow up with some people.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know though. I might, between you and Wayne and Kent, I might have a bidding war going on that thing.
It's nice. I am not in that zip code for bidding wars. I might just have to say, thanks guys. So thanks guys. Appreciate that.
So anyways,
well,
but I know it's getting late back there. I just can't say thank you enough to everybody that helped, to you, Jason, to
it was a blast.
To Christy, to James, to the whole family, competitors. It was just fantastic.
It was.
I'm energized. I want to. Maybe we'll do a couple more of these a year, huh, babe? Maybe not.
You're just about to go on vacation, Massetti. Wait till you get back.
Yeah, you're right.
I like to surprise my wife with neat ideas like that, right, honey?
I screwed up Friday night. We were out. Christy was riding on the golf cart with me about 12:30 or 1. We were locking the gates, the outside gates of the fairgrounds. On Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was cold, and we're in the golf cart, and she didn't have her sweatshirt. And I said, hey, can we book next year's already? Can we get going? She says, let's get through tomorrow before we even think about that. And I said, oh, okay, you're right.
Lots of pressures.
Yeah.
Crush your spirit, but
You did.
yeah, I'm sorry.
There's old
I have
Heath.
not. I have not made this into a meme yet, but I will. And Kevin's face is the best. I just love. Woo! He's just sitting back there giggling. So that was fun.
Yeah. I mean, but for that being Heath's first time driving a truck,
Yeah.
he was right at home. I mean, he fit right in.
That's the best story ever. Oh, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the same. Full Kev, he's just chilling like a villain there. Leroy, are you watching from Hilmar, or tell me what you want Hilmar? You want Massetti to come to Hilmar? I'm not
No,
sure.
they live in Hilmar.
Oh, they live in Hilmar.
That yeah, he did have a good teacher. Leroy's grandson Bryce drove the Wild Thing single engine tractor.
Oh yeah, they were super nice. They were super nice. Like you should have just said, Massetti, license and registration, please. What do you want up there? That would have. They wouldn't have known any better anyway at that time of the morning. So it's all
No.
good. No, that's a classic. I love that. Did you actually take that picture, Massetti?
I took that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
solid. That needs to go in the shop. I'm not gonna lie.
That's gold. That is gold. Yeah.
When he wins his first Oscar or CMA or whatever those guys win, we'll have some fun with this.
Well, he's not going to remember that night, but I will.
No, clearly. But this picture we're gonna put it there.
Yeah. But now that he's played the Golden State Invitational, I think he's on a straight rocket ship to the top.
I would think so. It's gonna definitely catapult his career, as we like to say.
Yes,
I think
sure.
this is the peak of his career. I don't think
He can't top it, can he?
Maybe
Yeah, I mean,
2023.
he's probably kind of depressed, like the rest of us right now, James. We're like, what do we do now? So, yep.
Poor guy. Probably right.
Oh, another life ruined by Kevin Massetti. Just took him to the top, and now it's all over.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You got a lot of pictures there.
Well, I've been trying to, I'm in charge of your social media now, so that's what we do.
You're way
I like
better at
this
it than
picture
you are.
I like this picture of Stagnow's family. That's awesome. Everybody's so.
Yeah.
Orsetti says that'll be a good album cover for him. That actually could be. That we should get that to his whatever producer or whatever, and then Kevin just a smiley face. So. Where did Kevin's daughter get the lungs like that to just sing that? Can Kevin sing that well?
I've never heard him, but no, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
He nailed it.
Yes. Well, we got to hear her practice on Thursday afternoon out there, and
favorite moments.
that was just so moving. Just her out there on the track, and there's only maybe 10 of us in the stands. It was cool.
So I told Garrett Saturday night when I interviewed him, I said, now that you won some money, maybe you can put a windshield in your truck. And he just kind of chuckled.
I tell you,
that thing runs.
It runs awesome.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he put 7 feet that night, and he put put 10 feet on some good trucks. I mean, he's got that thing figured out.
Yeah, he does. And that class normally doesn't have spreads like that. That's usually like super farm. Everybody's within 3 feet of each other.
Yeah. It was pretty spread out. I don't know why. Of course,
that overkill pulling team. You guys do a good job with your social media, Tina. Whoever is in charge of it, you guys do a nice job. You post a lot of videos. I shared a lot of them around. So keep up the good work. Oh,
I know Tina does a lot of the videos, but Kayla, their daughter, does some awesome photography, like just pictures, and she posts some. I looked. I mean, she had like 150 some pictures in one album under Overkill pull team, but and for like Tina and Sue and Lori and Judy and our regular trackside videographers, we're going to work on that little media center better for you guys next year. You know, we had that K-rail up to give them a safe place, but I did walk by at one point. There was too many people in there. So we're going to figure something out so they'll have a little better area to video. And then the other thing I realized, like Tuesday, as I was hauling the last load out of the fairgrounds, I'd been driving by portable bleachers all weekend back behind one of those barns. We're going to see if we could borrow some of them and put them in the pit, in the infield, so that the infield spectators will have a place that they could go and kind of be in one area.
Yep, that's nice.
But again, you know, stuff we learn as we go.
Oh yeah, totally.
But,
I'm sharing that photo album right now from Overkill's team to 141 pictures in that. That's awesome. So thank you guys.
So she always takes some good pictures.
No.
Rough neighborhood. The dogs are getting pissed.
Yeah. Put your Ring doorbell on.
Yeah. Never know in this part of town what's going on out there.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna flip through some of their photos. They're awesome.
Even like with that, I mean the truck's cool, but look at that sunset. That's pretty awesome.
Provided you by California.
Yeah. I need to thank Ryan and Nathan for their work with the Valley Tractor Puller sled also. They seem to have it pretty dialed in.
Yeah, they did a nice job as well. Yeah, a lot of great photos.
Mm-hmm.
So keep sending stuff to MLM Motorsports and GSI 22, please. We'll keep sharing it around. So I like that photo there. All those. So
yeah, we had some awesome equipment there.
here's a good one.
Just fantastic.
Yeah, these are
Got a
awesome. These are
little
all on the
Saturday.
Overkill. These are all on the Overkill Polling Team Facebook page, guys. So good stuff. Good stuff. Well, guys, let's wrap it up.
Sounds good. Again, Jason, I can't thank you enough for letting us come on, for all the help prior.
I'm honored. Honestly, I'm honored to be part of it, because I got to meet a bunch of new people and, you know, tell people about Beer Money Pulling Team, what we do for the sport. And got to come out and help your great event, and you're good people. So
Yeah, you know, we looking forward to having you come back, and if we can work something out to meet up somewhere over the summer, if our
yes,
schedules allow, we'd love to do that too.
that is the plan. That is the plan. If you guys have any suggestions, you know, reach out to Brian on Facebook. Just shoot him a Facebook Messenger, shoot him a text, or give him a call, and let's keep growing it. Let's keep growing it. So
Yeah. No, we again, just we are very grateful to everybody for showing up and putting on a good show. Let's face it, without all that badass iron out there, we wouldn't have had much of a show. Wouldn't have any show. So, we're really, really grateful to everybody, and we're looking forward to next season. We got to get through all the other events and work our way up to the big one. But we're excited. Hopefully, usually after the first of the year is when we put our schedule out, because we're still working with fairs and getting dates and whatnot. But we're getting our springtime lined up. I know the first one will be Max Cackle's pulling in Tulare in February. I think it's February 15th.
okay, is that the same time as the farm show?
It is the Tulare Farm Show week.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it's probably Wednesday night of that week.
Okay.
But Max Cackle Power Sports, their Facebook or their website they'll have the true and correct information. And then we'll probably kick our season off in March, I believe, and then we'll just hit it from there, go all the way through till October.
I love it. Well, thanks for watching tonight, everybody, and Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, all that good stuff. So we'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Brian, wait for me for a second, okay?
Okay. Thank you again, everybody.